All right, Coach, you guys are heading to the Clemson and Orange Classic, which is actually the last meet before the Atlantic 10 Indoor Championships. So, just for you, how important is it for you to see your team and just evaluate their performances before the A10?
It's important for a couple reasons. I mean, obviously the last competition before a conference championship is going to carry a lot of weight, but we've got some different goals this weekend. I mean, in some cases, some of the athletes have had a strong indoor season. We think they're ready to go. We're kind of doing some fine tuning on some things, and they're going to go this weekend and focus on maybe climbing up the list a little bit from a ranking standpoint, but just kind of honing in their physical state and some technical elements. Now, for some people, it's more about establishing themselves, giving us some a good showing as we kind of decide what we're going to do with our entries for the conference championship the next week. This weekend can provide us with a lot of kind of last-minute data to make some decisions about who we're going to put in what events, and who's going to travel to the championship next weekend. And so, for those people, it obviously maybe carries a little bit more weight in that respect. And so it's kind of a dual-purpose weekend for us down at Clemson.
And just gearing up again, just talking about the A10, will training be intensified for your team after you come back from Clemson?
Actually, not really. I mean, we're at an intense level with regards to kind of this time of our year and our training intensity as we prepare for a championship, but we're going to come off a competition, Saturday here at Clemson, and then we depart to travel up to Rhode Island on Thursday next week. So it gives us a bit of a short training week. We'll probably get in something that is intense, but not very long or very many attempts in practice or something like that. So we'll keep the volume very low, keep the intensity relatively high, very technical, so that the kids are ready to execute, their techniques to the best of their ability when it counts later in the week up there at Rhode Island.
And just talk about some of your returners and rookies. I mean, you've had great performances from people like Jake Deaton, Tashila Mungo, Joanne Blakeney, Katrina Wright, Cordell Livingston, Kyron Shank, as well as newcomers Anthony Campbell and Alvana Blakeney. So just kind of talk about some things you've seen from the returners and rookies that you're very pleased with so far this season.
Well, I mean, you kind of covered them all right there. Those are kind of some of the movers and the shakers. Obviously, we have large team. There's a lot more people than that are going to impact our performance. But for some of those, yeah, we're seeing some school records. Even this many years down the road, we're still in this many championships, we're still turning over some records, and so it just shows that things are still developing. We've got some people that are a handful of those that you mentioned there are kind of in the hunt a little bit on the national list too for the national championship, and so we're excited to see them kind of positioned there as we enter to this championship phase, and they start to really kind of have their indoor performance peak, and we'll see what they can do. A conference championship has a ton of adrenaline in it. We're going to be running some kids a little tired because we got to do a lot of events to score the points, but it never surprises. Always is a meet where you'll see people rise to the occasion, even if they are doing a lot of events, and maybe climb up that list, and we'll see some records, and we're just excited. Those people can be kind of the core and the majority of the points, and help inspire other people on the team to step it up that day and put together a championship performance.
Great. Well, good luck this weekend.